On Tuesday night, Kieron Pollard silenced the St. Lucia Kings crowd. Tonight, he will need to silence the crowd at Kensington Oval. He will go up against the Barbados Royals, and Trinbago Knight Riders are looking to end the unbeaten run of the Royals. Hello everyone, welcome to the #1 cricket channel in the Caribbean for the live watch-along of Barbados Royals versus the Trinbago Knight Riders. I appreciate your company and I'm really looking forward to the interaction with you. This afternoon, I have invited Andre Douglas. He has been asked for a lot. And finally, Andre is here to help us with the commentary. Good evening, Andre. Welcome.
Yeah, good evening, Carlton. And hello to your viewers all over the world, wherever you may be. I'm glad to be here.
Okay. Thank you, Andre. And we will go back to Andre at the start of the third over. So at this stage, Barbados Royals, as I said, were asked to bat by the Trinbago Knight Riders. And after 4 deliveries, they are 1 for 1. Rakeem Cornwall gone out, caught by Kieron. Pollard appeal is out. He must be out. Attanes goes. And the Trinbago Knight Riders are looked to silence the crowd at Kensington Oval tonight as they are dead silent. That was a one that kept low. Attanes looking to pull across the line. It hit him plumb in front and Attanes gone for naught. At this stage, the Barbados Royals are 1 run for 2 wickets. Akeal Hussain picking up 2 wickets in his first over. I think they are Attanes looking to tell the umpire something like he's saying that I got a hedge to that, it is missing, but he was dead plumb and the finger goes up. And what a dream start here by the Knight Riders. Alec Attanes gone for naught, with him also Rakeem Cornwall gone for naught. Andre just told me that Cornwall cannot buy a run. So let me give you the team as I join you late. The Barbados Royals are batting. So their 11 is Cornwall, who is out. Quinton de Kock, Alec Attanes is also out. Ravmon, Powell, David Miller, Rivaldo Clark. Nice to see Clark in this lineup. Jason Older, Keshwa Maharaj, Makish Tishan, Naveem Ulak, and Obed McCoy. That's a very, very strong playing 11. But equally strong too is the Trinbago Knight Riders playing 11. That include Jason Roy, Sunil Narayan, Nicholas Pooran, Casey Carty, Kieron Pollard, Shakira Paris, Andres Groos, who I think after this match will be going back to the United States for international duty. Akeal Hussain, Jaden Seals. I'm glad that they stuck with Jaden Seal. Waqar Salam Akeal and Terence Hines. 3 red. He was dead leg before. Should not have played that shot. That ball was straight. Very straight. Very, very straight. Should have played with a straight bat. So Rivaldo Clark comes to the crease. This is a good looking batsman, but I don't know what happened. I've not seen him around. That one came back sharply into him. He didn't pick it and it take him on the pad and it goes through. It dropped in front of him and there is no run. The careless shot there by Attanes. Attanes trying to tell the umpire that it was high. It was not. It was it in the middle of middle stump. Slip. Forward short leg slip. Ball to Rivaldo. Plays it away from Pollard. If Pollard cannot take the catch right there, he should not be feeling there. Because a sharper fielder would have taken that catch and there would have been 3 down. So at the end of over #1, the Barbados Royals asked to bat at Kensington Oval. They are 2 for 2 after 1 over. And so I think I've gone through the team, but just reminding you that the Trinbago Knight Riders won the toss and asked the Royals to bat first. And after 1 over, they are 2 for 2. Yes, they are 2 for 2. Both Cornwall and Attanes gone ducks without scoring off the bowling of Akeal Hussain. And we could be in for a very, very early evening this evening because this Trinbago Knight Riders bowling attack is a very, very, very good one. It includes Waqar Salam Akeal, Jaden Seals, Akeal Hussain, and Sunil Narayan. So if Akeal Hussain can pick up 2 wickets in his first over and then there's another 11 over spin to come. Can you imagine? Drive, peel off the outside edge, down to the fielder at third man. That's Clark. They got a single, 3 for 2 in over number 2. So we are in the power play. So Seals pitching up that one and Clark steering it away. I was mentioning Clark. Clark is someone who has a lot of talent, but I would have expected to see more of Clark. You know, he has not kicked on. Oh, I would have expected him to kick on. And there are so many players, you saw them at the under 19 level, and they just don't kick on, and you wonder why. And you know, we can blame anyone we want to blame, but when it comes down to it, the player has to take responsibility. Over the wicket, bolts to the Kock, drive in the air, peel off the outside edge, down to third man for a single. The score moves up to 4 for 2 in over number 2. So Seals pitched up to Kock, the Kock into the drive, peeled off the outside edge, down to the bound, down to the third man for a single. 4 for 2 in over number 2. So the field is a third man. There's also a slip. I've there removed the slip, but it's going to be very interesting. And Jaden Seals is getting the ball to deviate slightly. So let's see, he's getting it to swing away from the batsman. So there's a slip and a gully. Balls to Clark, edge on the bounce to slip, and there is no run. So he's backing away here. Is Clark backing away? He's definitely not getting into line. And he's just pushing his bat at those deliveries. And one would want to see that if he's not getting into line, he slash at the delivery. He doesn't push at it, but he hit hard. This is T20 cricket. And so poking at it, you're just going to get out caught at slip or in the gully. So there's a slip and a gully, backward point, cover mid-off, mid-on, mid-wicket. A man on the backward square leg boundary as Jaden Seals comes in over the wicket. Up to the wicket now, balls to Clark, and Clark plays it out into the covers, goes through for a quick singer. The return comes in at the wicket keeper, and the Kock would have out. If it hit any at all, the Kock would have been out. Suicide singer. The ball went straight to cover, and they took off for a single. Clearly, the Kock doesn't have any confidence in Clark. 5 for 2, 2 deliveries to come in over number 2. So really and truly, that was Paris. He was out by a mile. That was Paris there. He had time. I think he had time to secure himself, then throw at the stump. So let's watch Jaden Seals over the wicket, balls to the Kock, who hit that in the air again, down to third man. Again, it peels off the outer portion of the bat, down to third man. And there seems to be something in this pitch for the bowler. Jaden Seals just angling it across the left-hander with a natural angle, 6 for 2, with 1 to come in over number 2. The Kock is on 3. Clark is on 3. The batsman out. Cornwall for North. Alec Atanase for North. As we watch Jaden Seals now, he's going to bowl to Clark, and there's a slip and a gully. He turns in the distance and begins his run-up. I told you, backward point, cover mid-off. Slip and a gully, bowls to Clark. Clark plays it out into the offside to the field at backward point. This time he never went through for the single. So after 2 overs, the Barbados Royals been asked to take first strike. They are 6 for 2 as we're going to welcome Andre in a little while, but let me go to your comments. Saying that Garcia Winston is saying so many young players are out there, yet Cornwall is given game time. The guy don't bowl more than 1 over and bat less than 15 balls. And Jamor Smalls is saying, good night, Cricket Forum. Good night to you, Jamor Small. Envoy from South Africa, welcome to the show as we welcome Andre to take us through to the next 2 overs or so. Over to you, Andre.
Yeah, thank you very much, Carlton. And over number 3, it's been bowled by Akil Hussain. He's going to bowl to the left-hander from South Africa, the Kock. Hussain bowl, and the Kock pulls to the man at the deep mid-wicket area just for a single. It's fielded there by Carty. The score moves on to 7 for 2. In over number 3, being bowled by Akil Hussain. The Kock is on 4. Clark is on 3. Trying to do a repair job here for the Royals, who lost 2 early wickets in the first over. It's Clark. He settles. He waits for Akil Hussain. Hussain at the top of his mark. He's going to come to bowl to Clark. Passes umpire now, bowl to Clark. Clark is down the pitch and is playing that one to the mid-off area. There's no run scored. The score remains on 7. Clark is on 3 from 7 deliveries. The Kock is on 4 from 4. Real steady bowling here by Akeal Hussain. The number ranked 2 T20 bowler in the world. He's going to come now. He's going to bowl. There's a forward short leg, a slip. Akeal Hussain passes umpire now, bowl to Clark, and Clark is pulling that one in the long on area. That go through for 1. They'll get 2, and it goes for 4. And there was Rivaldo Clark pulling that one into the mid-wicket area for 4 runs. The first boundary scored by Rivaldo Clark. The score moves on to 11 for 2. When over number 3. Clark moves on to 7. The Kock is on 4. Short delivery there by Akeal Hussain, and Rivaldo Clark just sat back and pulled that one into the mid-wicket area. 4 runs scored. He moves on to 7. Akeal Hussain now passes umpire now. Come to bowl to Clark. Clark is on the back foot and plays that one to the square leg area. They go through for an easy single. That is all they'll get. The score moves on to 12 for 2. Clark is on 8. The Kock is back on strike. He's on 4 from 4 deliveries. We're in over number 3, being bowled by Akeal Hussain. There's a very, very lively band right there. We're at the Kensington Oval, so-called the Mecca of cricket in the Caribbean. We're in over number 3, being bowled by Akeal Hussain. The Kock, he settles. He waits for Akeal Hussain. Here is Hussain around the wicket, bowl to the Kock, and the Kock pulls that one to the mid-wicket boundary. They go through for 1. They come back through for 2. That is all they'll get. The score moves on to 14 for 2. The Kock, he moves on to 6. 1 ball, 1 delivery to come in over number 3, being bowled by Akeal Hussain. So far, 8 runs score from this over. The Kock, he settles. He waits for Akeal Hussain. Hussain around the wicket to bowl to the Kock. He passes the umpire now, bowl to the Kock, and the Kock is just playing that one to the deep long on area. They go through for 1. They'll come back, sprint back for the 2. Really good running there by the Kock and Clark. So at the end of over number 3, 16 for 2. The Kock is on 8 from 6 deliveries. Clark is on 8 from 9. So Clark and the Kock trying to steady the ship here for the Barbados Royals. We have some good power hitters to come in. Powell, Miller, Holder, who can hit it a long, long way. So 16 for 2 after over number 3. The Kock and Clark just trying to steady the ship here. Found themselves in some early trouble. Let us see how they will get out of this one. So the Kock is on 8 and Clark is on 8. It is Seals who will continue. It's past umpire now, both to Clark, and Clark is playing that one to in the mid-wicket area. They go through for 1. They come back for 2. That is all they'll get. The score moves on to 18 for 2. And over number 4 being bowled by Jaden Seals. Clark goes on to 10. From 10 deliveries. Clark is a pretty decent player. Rivaldo Clark. He settles and waits for Jaden Seals. Seals is on his way to bowl to Rivaldo Clark. Pass umpire now, bowl to Clark, and Clark is pulling that one, and he's always dropped. Dropped down the line, and there was Clark on the back foot pulling that one. Didn't get a good hold of it. Dropped by Clark, and they managed to get a single, and Clark gets a life. And the score moves on to 19 for 2. Clark trying to pull that one, didn't get a good hold of it. Then there was Narayan he leapt pretty high, couldn't get a good hold of it, and he put Clark down. Clark's lived to fight another day. So the score moves on to 19 for 2. In over number 4 being bowled by Jaden Seals. Seals at the top of his mark. He's going to come to bowl to Quinton de Kock. He's on 8 from 6 deliveries. Here is Seals on his way to bowl to the Kock. Passes umpire now, bowl to the Kock. The Kock is driving that one through the covers. It goes beautiful shot here by the Kock for 4. And there was the Kock overpitched there by Seals, and the Kock just drove that one lovely shot there through the covers for 4 runs. The score moves on to 23 for 2. The Kock is on 12 from 7 deliveries. That was a lovely shot there by Quinton the Kock. Ooh, that's a beautiful shot. It's overpitched delivery that's playing beautifully through the covers for 4. So the Kock moves on to 12 from 7 deliveries. Jaden Seals is back at the top of his mark. He's going to come to bowl to the Kock. Pass umpire now, bowl to the Kock. He's playing that one to the man at the mid-wicket area. There is no run scored. The score remains on 23 for 2. In over number 4, being bowled by Jaden Seals. The Kock is on 12 from 8 deliveries. Rivaldo Clark is on 11 from 11 deliveries. Trying to rebuild the innings are the Kock and Rivaldo Clark. The Kock, the pugnacious left-hander from South Africa. And Ryan Clark, the young gun from Barbados. Here's Jaden Seals. Pass umpire now, bowl to the Kock, who's pulling that one viciously into the mid-wicket area. They go through for 1. They'll come back for 2. It's fielded there by is that Paris, and 2 is all they'll get. So the Kock moves on to 14. The score goes on to 25 for 2. 1 delivery to come in over number 4. The Kock so far scored 154 runs at an average of 77 and a strike rate of a 175. So he's in really, really good touch is Quinton the Kock. He waits on Jaden Seals to bowl the last ball of the 4th over. Pass umpire, bowl to the Kock, who's playing that one through the cover area. They go through for 1. They'll get back for 2. That is all they'll get. And at the end of over number 4, it's 27 for 2. The Kock moves on to 16 from 10 deliveries. Clark is on 11 from 11 deliveries. And I now turn over to Carlton.
Thank you very much, Andre. Really appreciate that. Greetings to you, Sabio 14. Welcome to the show, man. And Clark Carrot is saying, good night, Carlton. Good night to you, Clark. You doing a good job. Thank you very much. But our Clark will make runs tonight. Well, I don't wish it. I wish everybody luck, but why but? Why is there a need for but? Why do you think? I clearly didn't say he was not going to make any runs. I'm sure if you are a fan of Clark or you are related to him, you would have agreed with me that you would have definitely would have loved him to kick on much further than where he is today. You would have expected him to progress a far way, but at no time did I say he wasn't going to make any runs. I don't know why but is in that sentence. Thank you very much for your comment, though. I appreciate it very, very much. But I wish good luck for everyone, and I wish everyone will perform at their best. So Sabio, you and Mikel were on Nationwide, you said now. Envoy saying, don't worry, guys. The South Africans will get the Royals a total. Hines over the wicket, bowls to Clark, turned into the onside. They go through for a quick singer. Paris comes in from mid-wicket, cannot prevent the singer. The score moves up now to 28 for 2 in over number 5. And the Kock will need to bat very long. And Miller, Ravmon, Powell. So there are still some batting left in this very strong batting lineup. But what those 2 wickets have done is that they allow the Trinbago Knight Riders to hold back Narain, hold back Salam Akil, and then also hold back 2 overs from Hussain. If they had not gotten those 2 wickets and the Royals were like 45 without loss, I'm sure Narain would have bowled some overs already. But it had those 2 wickets allowed them to hold back and pulled away over the top by the Kock 6 runs. So that was short from Hines, and the Kock just pivoting and hitting it high over long leg for 6 runs. The score moves up to 34 for 2 in over number 5. So the point I was making is that because those 2 early wickets fell, Narain and Salam Akil does not have to come into the attack right away. I expect after they get out of the power play, it will be 10 overs of spin, spin, and spin. And they're definitely going to need the Kock to be there to counter that spin. 34 for 2 in over number 5. As the Kock seekers Hines over the wicket, bowls to the Kock, who looks to flat bat it, but it goes back to the bowler who stopped it in his follow through. There is no run. The score remains at 34 for 2 in over number 5. Sabia 14 is saying, go Royals. Well, we really hope that the Royals will put up a good show. Maybe, I'm sure Royals fan doesn't want Pollard to silence the crowd at the end of the evening. It's a Friday evening in Kensington, and we expect a good crowd. Purser's probably just getting in from work. Ball to the Kock, who is over the top down to long on for 4. So Hines pitched up on the Kock into the drive. He didn't quite get hold of it the way that you would like. It probably come off the inner portion of the bat, not quite out towards the end. It's when you say that it missed the middle. But nonetheless, it went away over long on for 4. Or did it hit the middle? 4 lovely runs there by the Kock. The score will now moves up now to 38. Is it 38 or 44? I'm waiting on the score to come up on the screen. 38. I got that right. Hines over the wicket to the Kock. He designed here. Chance. Oh, it bunks and goes into the boundary for 4. Moves up to 42 now. 42 for 2. That was it high in the air. Paris was running back, but he just could not get there. And it goes into the boundary for 4 in over number 5. 1 delivery to come. 42 for 2. That was outside the off stump, and the Kock hitting it high in the air. Over cover. He didn't get the distance. He never got the distance that he wanted, and it goes high in the air, but Paris just could not get there. Hines making some adjustment to his field. 15 out of this over so far. So let's look at the field. There's a short third man. There's a man on the cover boundary. There's a backward pointer, extra cover, a mid-off, a mid-on, a mid-wicket, and a short fine leg, and the man on the backward square leg boundary. So it's a 5-4 field for Hines. He's over the wicket, bowls to the Kock. He pulls this high in the air. Let's see where it gone. It gone out of the ground for 6 more. 21 out of the over. And that's a big over, and I think you will now see spin. 48 for 2 at the end of over number 5. They are not going to hold back the spinners anymore. And voice saying, listen, the Kock isn't really a guy to consolidate. He's gonna go after the bowlers. Thank you very much, Envoy. We always appreciate it when we know you are here when the South Africans are playing. I think you're 6 hours ahead of us? 5? How many hours ahead of us you are? You're 7 hours ahead of us. So it's probably touching up now to after 1. It's after 1 now, Saturday morning in South Africa. Am I right? Clive Smith is saying Narayan 0 for 50 today. Clive Smith is saying none for 55 from 4 overs for Narayan today. Wow. Let's see. He's into the attack now, so let's see what he will do. And voice saying, see exactly what I said. The Kock will go after you no matter the situation. And just showing a repeat of that over 2 4s, 2 6s. And there, where did the single come from? Was there wide or something? I don't quite remember. But I know it was 2 4s and 2 6s in that over. 21 from the over. Did he bowl a no ball? I don't quite remember what happened or that single came about. But Narayan is into the attack now, and he has been bowling extremely well in this tournament. Sabio 14 is saying, get at them, the Kock. Get at them. Yes, Envoy. Yes, 127 there. Thank you very much. If the South African remain, Patrick Lambert, I know that, you won last night. I think you support the St. Lucia Kings, but the other night then, Pollard, Pollard really, and you can see it coming out. And talking about St. Lucia, after this delivery, Narayan bowls down the leg side to Clark, who turned this away. Work for the fielder. That's Samal Keel running away from a short fine leg, and they come back for 2. So 50, that brings up the 50 for Barbados Royals. And as Envoy's pointing out there, although they lost those 2 wickets, they are still going at 9.68 runs per over. So let's watch now. Narayan over the wicket, bowls to Clark. Clark off the back foot, force this to the man at cover point. That seals. There's no run. The score remains at 50 for 2 in over number 6. So Patrick Lambert is saying that if the South African remains at the crease, he will get the score close to 200, which will be a challenge in total. Narayan to Clark, and Clark whip this away off the inner portion of the bat, through square leg down to the field on the square boundary. One more to Clark. He moves up to 15 from 15 deliveries. The Kock is on 36 from 15 deliveries. 51 for 2 after 5.3 overs. So three out of this over so far from Narayan. 3 out of this over, 51 for 2. So these two bringing up the 50 partnership of 29 deliveries. Not bad. That's very good going. So the Kock is on 36. Clark is on 15. Narayan to the Kock. He defends, showing respect out into the offside. They feel that backward point field, and there is no run. The score remains at 51 for 2. So Patrick, about St. Lucia, at the end of this over, I'll make the point. It's a quick point. Is something that was reported. Narayan over the wicket, bowls to the Kock, beat outside the off stump. Lovely delivery by the Kock there. That one turn across. The Kock, is he showing Narayan too much respect here? That one was right out of the palm of oh wow. Yeah, wow, Narayan. Oh, Narayan bowls to the Kock. He pulls at this. Down to back with a square leg. The fielder comes off the boundary. They go through for a singer. At the end of the power play, the Barbados Royals are 52 for 2 after 6 overs. The Kock is on 36. Ravalda Clark is on 15. The batsman to go, Rakeem Cornwall, caught behind by Puran off the bowling of Akil Hussain for North, and Alec Atanase pulling at a delivery that he should be on the front foot too, and was out dead plumb leg before for North. They pick up those 2 wickets in the very first over. And so after 6 overs at the end of the power play, they are 52 for 2. But just before I bring in Andre, Patrick Lambert, what can you tell me about the player that was taken into custody? There was a player that was taken into custody in who is playing in the tournament. I don't know if he's still in the tournament, but what can you tell me? Who is that player? I look forward if you can give me any information on that, Patrick Lambert. Over to you, Andre. Take it away.
Yes, it's 52 for 2 in over number 7 being bowled by Waqar Salamakil. Bowl took the Kock, who plays that one to the man at the short cover area. No run scored. So after a horrendous start by the Barbados Royals, it's good steady stuff now by them in coming back to score 52 runs in a power play. The Kock, he settles, he waits on Salamakil bowls, and he turns that one in the mid-wicket area. They go through for 1. Will they come back for 2? Yes, they will. Some good running there by the Kock and Clark. 2 runs scored. Score moving on to 54 for 2 in over number 7, being bowled by the Chinaman bowler from Afghanistan, Waqar Salamakil. The Kock, very, very busy at the crease. He is in fine form. So too is Waqar Salamakil, who has bowled really, really well in this tournament so far. It is Salamakil at the top of his mark. He's going to come to bowl to Quinton de Kock. He settles, he waits on Salamakil. Salamakil bowls to the Kock. Who's bowled him? Absolutely bowl. Beautiful delivery from Waqar Salamakil. Bowl. Beautiful delivery from Salamakil to get rid of the dangerous Quinton de Kock. So the Kock goes for 39 from 21 deliveries. The score is on 54 for 3. Really well bowled there by Waqar Salamakil. The Kock didn't pick it at all. Bowl all ends up. So the Kock goes for well played 39 from 21 deliveries. Yes, the facial expression there of the Kock says it all. He didn't pick that one at all from Waqar Salamakil. So he goes for well played 39 from 21 deliveries. So Barbados Royals loses their third wicket. It's on 54 for 3 after a 52 runs partnership between the Kock and Ravmon Clark. Just waiting to see who is the next batsman in. Yeah, so as I said, the Trinbago Knight Riders have a very, very formidable bowling attack. You know, Sunil Narine, we all know of his pedigree, and so too is Salam Akil. He's a really, really, really fine bowler from Afghanistan. You know, he's a left-arm Chinaman bowler. You know, he has had a wonderful tournament thus far, and he has played really well every time that he has represented the Trinbago Knight Riders. He's a really quality bowler, and it is no surprise at all to see he's doing some damage here. So the Kock goes. So the new batter will be that of. Just waiting to see who's the new batter in. It's going to be Jason Holder. There is Salam Akil trying to sweep that one. He beats the outside edge, beats everybody into the third man area. It goes for 4. I think that is 4 byes. Just waiting to see. Yes, 4 byes it is. Beating all ends up. And there was Jason Holder trying to sweep that one from outside off stump. Beaten outside off stump. Beat the keeper and also the man at the slip area. It goes for 4 byes. So the score moves on to 58 for 2. We're in over number 7, being bowled by Waqar Salam Akil, the left-arm Chinaman bowler from Afghanistan. Jason Holder settles. Salam Akil comes in, bowled to Holder's back, and he pushes that one to the short cover area. There's no run scored. The score remains on 58 for 3. One delivery to come in over number 7, being bowled by Waqar Salam Akil. A slip, a short mid-wicket, a long on, a backward point, a short cover. Salam Akil bowled to Jason Holder's back and covers up. There's no run scored. Really well. Very good over bowled by Waqar Salam Akil. A one in which he got the wicket of the dangerous Quinton de Kock. The score is on 58 for 3. Clark is on 15. Holder is yet to score. After over number 7. So it's going to be, it should be Sunil Narine to bowl the 8th over. He's going to come to bowl to Ravmon Clark. He's on 15 from 15 deliveries. Steady stuff from Clark. He got a life when he was on, I think he was around 7. He got a life. He was dropped by Sunil Narine. And here's Sunil Narine. Pass umpire, bowl to Clark, who drives and beats him outside the off stump. Taken by the keeper, Nicholas Puran. Trying to drive, and there was Clark trying to drive Narine, beating all ends up. And the score remains on 58 for 3. Clark, he settles once more. Narine bowls to Clark, who plays that one into the mid-wicket area. They go through for 1. That is all they'll get. That's good feeling by Terence Hines, limiting the batters to 1 run. Clark goes on to 16 from 17 deliveries. Jason Holder is back on strike. He's yet to score from 3 deliveries. He's going to face the bowling of Sunil Narine. None for 5 from 1.2 overs. And there is Jason Holder taking his guard. And there are the spectators having a wonderful time there in the wow, and here's that gentleman having a wonderful time. A really good vibe at Kensington Oval. Here is Holder, settles, wait on Narine. Who please, the loud appeal for LBW is gone. And there was Jason Holder coming onto the front foot, beating all ends up. I think he's going to consult Clark to see yes, and they go for the review. He was beating all ends up, and it's 59 for 4. Holder reviews. He waits anxiously. That was a rather lazy shot by their Jason Holder. He waits to see his fate. That looks dead straight though by Sunil Narine. Let us see what will happen. That seems to be the cannonball. Bowl to Holder. He beaten. He was taken on the back foot. So we know that it actually beat. It didn't take the inside edge of the bat. He was beaten all ends up. He waits so. And Holder waits anxiously. Waiting on the review. So the replay coming up just about now. Still waiting. Quite a number of Trinbago fans at the stadium. And there's Powell is getting ready to come out. I don't know what is taking so long though. Quite an anxious wait there for Jason Holder. Oh, here he goes. He actually did he get an actual tickle? I don't think so. He seemed to have beaten the bat. Let us see what is happening right here. So he waits. It beats everything. Let us see. Yes. Hitting all three. And Jason Holder goes. I just as I thought that was hitting. That was dead straight. He goes for a duck. So the score is on 59 for 4 in over number 8 being bowled by Sunil Narayan. So Holder goes without troubling the scorers. So the Barbados Royals step further into trouble at 59 for 4. And Sunil Narayan picking up his first wicket. So it's going to be Captain Powell who will come out to face the music. So Royals, there are 59 for 4 in over number 8. They're in a lot of trouble here at the Kensington Oval, known as the Mecca of cricket in the Caribbean. It's going to be Captain Ravmon Powell, who's not really in the best of form, but you know, this might just be his night. Let us wait and see what will happen tonight. Let us see what his approach will be. It's going to be Ravmon Powell to come to face the music of Sunil Narayan. So it's going to be Powell. He settles. He waits on Narayan. He settles. He's on the back foot and plays that one to the short mid-wicket area. There's no run scored. Score means on 59 for 4. And over number 8 being bowled by Sunil Narayan. Narayan goes back to the top of his mark. He's going to come to bowl to Captain Powell. Powell waits on Narayan. Bowls who's driving that one to the long off area. They go through for an easy single. That is all they'll get. The score moves on to 60 for 4. Kock is back on strike. Powell is on a 1 from 2 deliveries. So we're in over number 8 being bowled by the canny Sunil Narayan. He's so far taken 1 for 6 in his second over. And there is Captain Pollard that's making a few adjustments to his field. Very animated as usual is Pollard. Is Clark is going to face the bowling of Sunil Narayan. He settles and waits for Narayan. Narayan on his way to bowl to Clark. Clark is just playing that one to the short mid-wicket area. There's no run scored. And at the end of over number 8, the score is on 60 for 4. Clark is on 16. Captain Powell is on a 1 from 2 deliveries. And it's back to Carlton.
Thank you very much, Andre. Appreciate it. Clark is trying now to. Oh, for a moment. What happened here? Andre, just continue for a while from Andre. Just continue for a while for me, please.
All right, sure. So it is going to be Waqar Salamakil is going to bowl the 9th over. He's going to come to bowl to Powell. And of course, there we have the spectators having a grand time. Oh, yes, they're enjoying themselves very much.
All right, thank you, Andre. Okay. Thank you. I am back. I appreciate it. So After 8 overs, they are 60 for 4 at Bridgetown in Barbados at the Kensington Oval. Salam Akil getting a wicket in his first over. Narayan picking up one in his second over. Patrick Comerbatch is saying the baby Roy. You're saying the Royals are baby. Thank you. And as we watch, Salam Akil comes in. The slip goes down, cut by Powell, misses through to the keeper. There is no run. The score is 60 for 4 in over number 9, being bowled by Salam Akil. So Patrick Comerbatch, probably I interpreted what he's saying to be that the Royals are just baby. They are babies when it comes to the Trinbago Knight Riders. Salam Akil bowls to Powell, who looks so sweet. Cannot beat the dive of the man at short fine leg. They go through for a single. The score moves up now to 62 for 4. So 62 for 4 in over number 62. Envoyer saying that, oh no, where is Quinton? Oh, he got a googly from the Chinaman googly bowler Salam Akil and did not pick it and have his off-stump knockback. So the score is now 61 for 4 in over number 9. Powell is on 1 from 4 deliveries. So that was a leg bite. It was given leg by and not a run. Salam Akil, the slip goes down, ball to Clark, beaten. He didn't pick the googly as it turns across the right-hander through to the keeper. And there is no run, 61 for 4. That's a lovely delivery there. The googly pitch probably and leg stump. And you know, and clearly, I want you to look at Clark and look at his right foot and how the hip is just turning around. He's off the back foot and he cuts, cannot be backward point, and there is no run. The score remains at 61 for 4 in over number 8. So Clark there, well, another time I will assess it. 61 for 4 in over number 9. Salam Akil over the wicket, bowls to Clark. Clark places down to long on for a single. The score moves up to 62 for 4 in with 1 delivery to come in over number 9. Powell is on 1. With him is Clark. Rivaldo Clark is on 17 from 21 deliveries. Powell is on 1 from 4 deliveries. Salam Akil 1 to come in over number 2 for him. And he has so far picked up 1 wicket for only 3 runs. The Barbados Royals, after being sent into bat, are struggling here at Kensington Oval, their home ground. And after this, I think they have what? No, they have 2 more home match and tomorrow night. They play there and beat the Guyana. So it's 2 consecutive matches where they probably are playing the 2 teams that a number of persons picked to be in the final. Salam Akil over the wicket, bowls to Powell as the leg break, as that's the Googs. The Googs turn across him. He plays it out into the region of mid-wicket for a single, 63 for 4 at the end of over number 9. So 63 for 4 at the end of over number 9. And yes, Loop News St. Lucia. Loop News St. Lucia reported that, I think they reported on Thursday or on Wednesday, one of those days, that a player who was taking part in the CPL was detained by police in St. Lucia and later released, and the investigation continues. And this had to do with an incident that happened in 2023. So that's Loop News from St. Lucia that is reporting that. Narayan bowls to Powell, who plays it off the back foot into the covers for a single. And there is it, Nicholas Puran giving Shakira Paris the hurry up. And so, but they get a single. The score moves up by 1 now to 64 for 4 after 9.1 overs. So after this, they will have the drinks break as Clark comes into strike. He's on 17. Narayan bowls to Clark, and Clark plays this to mid-wicket. Oh, Narayan, man, Narayan. Oh, Narayan. Wow. Narayan. 1 for 7, though, from 2.2 overs. Let's watch Sunil Narayan again. He comes in now, over the wicket, bowls to Clark, and Clark turned this 2 square leg. Work for Pollard. He restricted to 1 because the ball never went too far from him. So 65 for 4. Mikel is saying, build a new partnership and so see how deep it can go. till the 15 overs. That's yes, Mikel, I like that. You know, they still have David Miller to come, Maharaj to come. You know, so there are still some persons they can hit away the ball. So if these two can take it to the 15th over, Narayan bowls to Powell, that turn into the onside, no run. The score remains at 65 for 4 after 9.4 overs. So Mikel is saying build a new partnership and see how deep it can go till the 15th over. Very well, very well. I like that. I definitely like that suggestion. And these two, you know, just consolidate probably 7 runs or over, 8 runs and over. That can be risk-free cricket. Just push it around, run hard. You don't necessarily have to look for the boundaries now. If the boundaries do come, you take them, and that will what will get you up to 8 runs and over. So for the next 5 overs, 40 runs, and they 40 runs. So there will be 105 at 15 overs as that one peeled off the outside edge of Powell back down to third man for 4. So there boundary come. There comes a boundary, and that's what I'm saying. Run hard. The key thing now, because this will be spin. Salam Akil, Narayan, and Hussain before they go back to the Pacers. So it will be a trial of spin right now. So I think the spinners are going to bowl up to the 17th over, I think, before you see any sign of the 17 to 5 to the 15th. Because I think they would have, this is Narayan third, and Salam Akil have 2 and Hussain have 2. So 5 after this. So it's probably speed up to the 15th over. So there's 2 slips now for Ravmon Powell. And they are called Pollard is calling in another fielder off the boundary to prevent the easy single. Narayan bowls to Powell. Pollard off the back foot, that inner portion of the bat. It will go down to the fielder at backward square leg for 1 more. 70 for 4 at the end of over number 10. As they take the drinks break, and Mikel is saying Barbados needs to play its own cricketers. Okay, you putting forward your opinion. A number of persons even I heard these comments, you know, but Mikel, I appreciate your comment. Sheikh made Royals are struggling. Sabio 14, yes, they are struggling, and Envoy saying that Miller can really bat and the rest can swing their blades. 160 still on, Envoy said, but is 160 enough against a very powerful Trinbago Knight Riders batting lineup? Do you think so, Envoy? It's a very strong batting lineup. You have Carty, you have Paris, you have Pollard. You know, and when you look at that playing 11 for the Trinbago Knight Riders as it's there on the screen, you have Andre Bruce, you have Jason Roy, you have Nicholas Puran. You know, so it's really a very strong batting lineup. So they'll probably need to get more than 160. But I think the key thing here now, if they get 40 of the next 5 overs and don't lose any wicket, there will be 110. I think there will be 110 left. There'll be 110 for 4 after 15 overs. Then they will have to look to get 15 over for the next 5. And so that will put them up to 185. So I think that's the approach that they will need to take. So at the drinks break, let me just run through the batting card for you. Rakeem Cornwall was the first to go, caught by Puran off the bowling of Hussain. He got 1 delivery. Alec Atanase looked to pull a full delivery, and he was out dead plumb leg before off the bowling of Hussain. He got 2 deliveries. He made naught. Quinton de Kock was the third to go, bowled by Wakar Salam Akil. He did not pick the googly from the left-arm Chinaman googly bowler. He went for 39 from 21 deliveries, 3 fours and 2 sixes. And then Jason Older was hopeless against Sunil Narayan. He went leg before. He also made naught. He faced 4 deliveries. Rivaldo Clark is an 18 from 23 deliveries, 1 4. And with him, Ravmon Powell and on 8 from 9 deliveries, 1 4. So that's the stage of the game. 70 for 4. Hussain 2 for 12 from 2 overs. Jaden Seals, none for 15 from 2 overs. Terence Hines, none for 21 from 1 overs. Solon Larine, 3 overs, no maiden, 1 for 13. And Wakar Salamakil, 1 for 4 from 2 overs. That's the stage of the game as we welcome back Andre. Welcome back, Andre. Glad to have you here. Take it over, sir.
Yes, thank you very much, Carlton. So at the halfway stage of the Barbados Royals innings, it is 70 for 4. In a spot of bother right here because, I mean, the Trinbago Knight Riders have managed to take some very, very important wickets. The likes of Quinton de Kock, of Athanaze. So it's going to be Salamakil. He's going to continue now. He's going to bowl his third over number 11. He's going to bowl to Ravmon Powell. He's on 8 from 9 deliveries. Salamakil, the left-arm Chinaman bowler. He passes umpire now, bowl to Powell, and Powell is on the back foot and plays that one to the deep cover area. They go through for a single. That is all there'll be. The score moves on to 71 for 4. Powell is on 9. Clark is back on strike. He's on 18 from 23 deliveries. Very, very tentative by Rivaldo Clark. He settles. He's going to wait to face Salamakil, who's on his way to bowl to Clark. Pass umpire now, bowl to Clark, and Clark is driving that one's in the air. It's going to be caught. And there was Rivaldo Clark is driving that one straight to the man at long on area. He goes for 18 from 24 deliveries. And the Barbados Royals, they slip further into trouble at 71 for 5. So they're in all sort of trouble here at the Mecca at Barbados. And there was Rivaldo Clark, just giving Captain Pollard catching practice, just driving that one straight to the man at long on. He goes for 18 painful runs from 24 deliveries. So his misery is finally over. And the Barbados Royal in over number 11, they're 71 for 5 in all sort of contortion here at Kensington Oval. So it's going to be, I think, David Miller, the very experienced David Miller from South Africa. We know he's he's a class player. He's a magnificent T20 batter. He's a really great finisher. And he will have to pull on all his experience and his skill to try to get Royals to a very, very competitive total here. Both himself and Captain Powell will have to draw on all their experience and skill to try to get them to a very competitive total. It's all up to them now, because not much in the hut after this. So it's going to be David Miller. He's going to face up to Wakar Salamakil, the skillful Chinaman bowler from Afghanistan. He bowls, passes umpire, bowl to Miller's forward, drives to the short cover area. No run scored. The score remains on 71 for 5. Miller is yet to score. Salamakil is back to the top of his mark. He's going to bowl to Miller. Miller is a slip, a backward slip. There is Miller's reverse sweep in that one into the third man boundary for 4. And there was Miller reverse sweeping that one into the third man boundary for 4 runs. The score moves on to 75 for 5. And Miller is off the mark. Reverse swept by David Miller. So it's a leg slip, a slip, a leg slip, and a slip. So it's going to be David Miller. He settles. He waits on Salamakil, who passes umpire now. Bowl to Miller, who plays that one into the mid-wicket area. There's no run scored. Score remains on 75 for 5. Miller is on 4 from 3 deliveries faced. Captain Powell, that is Ravmon Powell, he is on, I think, 10. No, he's on 9 from 10 deliveries. Miller, he looks around the field once more. He settles and waits on Salamakil. Is up to the passes umpire now. Bowl to David Miller, who's back and it tickles that one into the backward square-leg area for a single. That is all they'll get. And at the end of over number 11, it's 76 for 5. Miller is on 5. And Ravmon Powell is on 9 from 10 deliveries at the end of over number 11. So it's gonna be David Miller is gonna face let me see if there will be a change at the other end. But Miller will be on strike. He's gonna come to face the bowling off it's going to be Terence Hines, who will start his second over, and it's over number 12. He's going to bowl to David Miller. The score is on 76 for 5. Barbados Royals going at 6.91 runs per over. And there's Pollard being very meticulous about his field placement. Terence Hines at the top of his mark is going to come to bowl over number 12, his second of the innings. He's going to bowl to David Miller. A man at the long on boundary as a short mid wicket, a backward point. A long off is coming up. I think he should be coming up into the circle. Let us see what is happening. Yes. Terence Hines is at the top of his mark. And here he comes. On his way to bowl to Miller. Passes umpire now. Bowl to Miller. Miller is playing that one into the backward square leg area. They go through for 1. That is all they'll get. So Miller moves on to 6 from 5 deliveries. Powell is back on strike. He's on 9 from 10 deliveries. The score moves on to 77 for 5 in over number 12, being bowled by Terence Hines, the fast medium bowler from Trinidad. Quite a pensive look by the Barbados Royals dressing room. It is Ravmon Powell is back on strike. He will face the bowling of Terence Hines. Powell, he settles and waits. Hines at the top of his mark. He's going to come. Here's Powell. He waits once more. And here's Hines. He's on his way to bowl to Powell. Bowl to Powell, and Powell is driving that one to the cover area. In the cover area, they go through for a single. Narayan fields. A single is all they'll get. So Powell moves on to 10. It is Miller was back on strike. The score moves on to 78 for 5 and over number 12 being bowled by Terence Hines. Hines is back at the top of his mark. He's going to come to bowl to the left-hander from South Africa, who is David Miller. Miller, he settles and waits for Terence Hines. Hines is on his way to bowl to Miller. Pass on by the bowl to Miller. The widest delivery is just driving that one is David Miller. Fielded at the short cover area by Sunil Narayan. No runs scored. Score remains on 78 for 5. When over number 12 being bowled by Terence Hines. The Barbados Royals in all sorts of trouble here at 78 for 5. Over number 12. Terence Hines is back to the top of his mark. He's going to come to bowl to the left-hander from South Africa, who is David Miller. Here is Hines. He's on his way. Passes umpire now. Bowl to Miller, who was a foolish delivery. Drives, passes the man at the short, at the backward point area for 4. And there was David Miller driving that one. It peeled outside the outer edge of the bat into the backward point area. 4 runs scored. Miller goes on to 10. The score moves on to 82 for 5 in over number 12. Just beating the man at the backward point area. The score moves on to 82 for 5 in over number 12. Being bowled by Terence Hines. Miller moves on to 10. He settles and waits on Terence Hines. Hines is on his way. Pass umpire now. Bowl to Miller. Miller is on the back foot and cracks up one to the man at the deep cover area. A single is all they'll get. This score moves on to 83 for 5. Miller is on to 11. Paul is back on strike. He's on 10 from 11 deliveries. The Barbados Royals going at 7.01 runs per over. We're in over number 12, being bowled by Terence Hines. Hines is at the top of his mark. He's going to come to bowl to Captain Ravmon Powell, who settles and waits. And here's Powell, waiting on Terence Hines. He settles, waits, bowl to Powell, who plays at one to the man at the long on area, single. They just jog through for a single. That's all they'll get. The score moves on to 84 for 5. Powell is on 11 from 12 deliveries. Miller is 11 from 8. And at over number 12, it's 84 for 2. It's back over to you, Carlton.
Thank you very much, Andre. Appreciate it. So let me go through some of your comments. Jamor is saying that the Royals need to build a meaningful partnership. Yes, they definitely needs to do that. Envoy saying, I think the Royals have the best bowlers. Who are those bowlers? Who are those bowlers, Envoy? Yeah. Good night, Christopher Bristol. How are you doing, my friend? Good night, King Brown. Big up yourself. You are the king. Thank you very much, Christopher Bristol. I appreciate those kind words. Christopher Bristol is saying that Guyana and Trinidad is titans of the CPL right now, sir. I agree. Many persons are expecting those two teams to play in the finals. They expect them to play 4 times this season. It's going to be very interesting. Those two teams are really playing some good cricket. Andre Holmes, welcome to the show, man. Glad to have you here. We appreciate you joining us. Said that Cornwall days numbered. He needs to reinvent himself by dropping off his weight. Yeah, thank you very much, very much. So Andre Holmes is saying, oh, I think that's a long time. Hussein comes in, bowls to Powell, plays it out into the outside. Oh, I think that's when Rivaldo Clark went. So we are way behind in the comments. But I'll still try to read through as many as possible. 84 for 5. Over number 13. My apology. Hussein round the wicket, bowls to Powell. Powell off the back foot, strokes it down to a wideish long off. The fielder comes in field. Send the return. They are 85 for 5 now. Michael is saying, once again, a wicket after a break. And so Christopher Bristol is bigging up Andre. Thank you very much. Let's look at the field. There's a backward point. There's a sweep on the cover boundary. There's a long off. Then there's a cover. That's the offside field. They're 68 for 5, 2 to come. They're putting another field on the offside. So there's a short third man backward point, sweep on the cover boundary, extra cover and a long off. A 5-4 field. Hussein round the wicket, bowls to Miller. Hit this high in the air, out of the ground, 6 runs. Lovely shot. 91 for 5. Hussein pitching up and Miller into the drive, and he did high over extra cover for 6. He got the whip that he looking for, and he just hit it away for 6. Lovely shot. Thank you. Appreciate it. So, Valerie, how are you doing? Good afternoon to you. You say, oh, you're bigging up Andre and not me. All right, cool. Christopher Bristol, you have to heal to run cricket in the Caribbean. Christopher Bristol, you have to have oil to run cricket in the Caribbean. Okay. Savior, I got your point. You're saying that Trinidad and Tobago and Guyana, they are oil country. Okay, got your point. Round the wicket, bowls to Miller, taken on the tie pad out into the offside. Puran moves from behind the stump, but Carty got there first. There's no run. 91 for 5, 2 to come in over number 13. Andre Holmes is saying that Cornwall is a liability, not batting, bowling, and can't field. Yeah, I think they're going to drop him, Good evening to you, SO. Welcome. Hussein round the wicket, bowls to Miller, strokes it down to the field on the mid-wicket boundary for a single. The score moves up to 92 for 5 in over number 13. One delivery to come in over number 13. Ravmon Powell is on 12 from 14 deliveries. Miller is on 18 from 11 deliveries. They are 92 for 5. The run rate is 7.17. Akil Hussain is going to go around the wicket to the West Indies captain. So there's a backward point. There's an extra cover. There's a deep fielder on the backward point boundary. There's also a fielder on the wide long off boundary as Hussain comes in round the wicket, bowls to Powell, Powell off the back foot and strokes it down to that man on the wide long off boundary for a single. So there was a straight one, there was a straight long off, and there was a wide long off, and then there was a cover on the boundary. One more to the total, 93 for 5 at the end of over number 13. Hussain have completed his third over. So you have bowled 3 overs, 2 for 21. So 93 for 5 at the end of 13 overs. Ravmon Powell is not out 13 from 15 deliveries. He had it 1-4. And with him, David Miller, 18 from 11 deliveries, 2 fours and 1 6. So that's the situation of the match, 93 for 5. Let's see who will continue. It looks to be Seals that will pick up the bowling. Much needed 4. We are so far behind. Vincent, good night to you. Good night to you. Ralph, good night to you too. Thank you. We appreciate it. Ralph Singh, welcome to the show. Vincent is saying, I miss a few games. Will this be a low score tonight? However, a game is a game. Enjoy. Thank you very much, Vincent. So Seals, who have bowled 2 overs, none for 15, only 3 dot balls in those 2 overs as the bands gets going at Kensington Oval. Over the wicket, short third man, bowl to Powell, whip the side in the air, down toward mid-wickets. Paris comes around field. Hussain, they come back for 2, the return comes in, and Poor and diverted onto the stumps, but Powell was in. 2 more runs to the total, 95 for 2 in over number 14. So they are still on track to get the 110 by the end of over number 15. What happened is that they have lost Rivaldo Clark. So Clark was the batsman that have gone. And Vincent is saying, I like the Hoyle humor. I am from GT, Georgetown. Okay, Vincent. So Vincent is from Georgetown. Valerie R is saying, good evening, Mr. Brown. No disrespect. Didn't see you at the time. That's okay, man. I was just teasing. Appreciate you, Valerie R. Thank you, Seals. Over the wicket, bowls to Powell. Defends down the offside of the pitch. The bowler field and is followed through. There's no run. 95 for 5 with 4 to come in over number 14. Powell is on 15 from 17 deliveries. Miller is on 18 from 11 deliveries. Byron Banton is saying Rossi is playing in this match. I don't think so. Just let me check the team. That's the playing 11 for the Trinbago Knight Riders. I'll read it out after this delivery. 95 for 5. Seals over the wicket, bowls to Powell. Short, he pulls high in the air. Paris getting under it, but it's over his head into the crowd. 6 runs, 101 for 5. So that was shot by Seals, and Powell pulled high in the air, down back with a square leg, over the rope for 6. 3 deliveries to come in over number 14. Powell moves up to 21 from 18. With him, David Miller on 18 from 11 deliveries. So the Trinbago Knight Riders 11 is Jason Roy, Sunil Narayan, Nicholas Pooran, Casey Carty, Kieron Pollard, Shakira Paris, Andre Goose, Akil Hussain, Jaden Seal, Wakar Salamakil, and Terence Hines. No Russell in that playing 11 again tonight. As Seals over the wicket, bowls to Powell, cuts away, high in the air, down to the field, and the cover. No, it missed the fielder. 1 bounce into the boundary. 4 more, 105 for 5 in over number 14. Narayan is up next after. I think Hussain is going to bowl out his over, but then Narayan will comes back into the attack. I don't want Powell. I don't want Pollard not to bowl Seals for his 4th over. I want to see Seals bowl his 4th over. He has to learn under the pressure. under the catch. So I want him to bowl his fourth over. Really want to see him do it. As we watch now, Powell is on 25 from 19. 8 4s and 4 6s in the inning so far. He comes up, bowl to Powell, who strokes it into the gap in the offside. They go through for a single. He moves up to 26 from 20 deliveries. Miller on 18 from 11 deliveries comes back into strike. It's 106 for 5. So again, now someone said I should go through the playing 11 much slower. Sorry. So it's Jason Roy, Sunil Narain, Nicholas Puran, Casey Kartik, Kieron Pollard, Shakiri Paris, Andre Gruce, Akil Hussain, Jaden Seals, Waqar Salamakil, and Terence Hines. That's a very, very, very strong batting lineup, you know. It's this team, this Trinbago Knight Riders team is really a crack outfit, well, a very strong outfit. So Brian, I don't know if he has been dropped, rested, or injured, or rotated. Seals wide outside the off stump to Miller, wide signal, 106 for 5, 1 to come, 107 for 5, 1 to come in over number 14. After this over, Andre will rejoin you. He will take you through over 15 and 16. So they are ahead of where I predicted. It's just that they lost 1 wicket. You know, so Powell is on 26, Miller is on 18, Seals done for 29 from 3 overs. That's not bad though, you know. It's not bad. It's above average, but it's not bad. You want him to be about 24, but it's okay. Seals over the wicket, bowls to Miller, drives down to the field on the cover boundary, who comes in. That's Terence Hines, sends the return in at the end of over number 14. Powell is on 26, Miller is on 19. They are 108 for 5 after 14 overs. Bish Andre Francis is saying TNT. Mikel is saying no. I think you mean the dismissal. So it's an unchanged 11. Yes, Mikel. Vincent is saying that this pair could bring some respect to the total. We look forward and we definitely hope so. Over to you, Andre, and welcome back.
Yes, thank you very much, Carlton. So it is now 108 for 5 after over number 14. So David Miller, he has given the innings much impetus with his good ball striking, and Captain Powell has very much caught on right there. He had a really wonderful over there by Ravmon Powell. So they're just showing the wickets that have fallen thus far. We're at 108 for 5. It's going to be Waqar Salamakil. So far, taken 2 for 10 from 3 overs. It's going to come to bowl to David Miller. Pass the umpire now, bowl to Miller. And Miller sweeping. That was a loud appeal. Yes, he's gone. And there was David Miller trying to sweep Waqar Salamakil. They are consulting to see whether they should go for the review or not. But that one looks pretty straight. So they have indeed reviewed. So Waqar Salamakil continues to wreak havoc on the Barbados Royals batters. Yeah, this seemed to be the googly. There was Miller trying to sweep that one, hitting the front pad. Not sure if it's going down the leg side. I think probably he might be out. I think he's already walking off before the replay. Let us wait and see. Replay coming up. Certainly missed his bat. No inside edge there. Onto the pad. Let us see what will happen. So it's gonna be Makil bowl, and let's see what happens. Yes, hitting as just as I thought. Plum LBW. So Waqar Salamakil strikes, taking the very important wicket of David Miller, who was going pretty well. He's gone for 19. So Barbados Royals to further into trouble at 108 for 6 in over number 15, being bowled by Waqar Salamakil, the skillful left-arm Chinaman bowler from Afghanistan. Really wreaking havoc on the Barbados Royals batters. So it's 108 for 6. It's going to be, I think it's Keshav Mirage to come into bat. So at 108 for 6, the new batter is, let us see, it is going to be Mirage. It should be Mirage. Just waiting. Yes, it is indeed Maharaj. It was. Here's Samaki. Oh, he very little about that one. Got an inside edge to the backward square leg area. They go through for a single. The score moves on to 109 for 6. So far, Salamakil has taken 3 for 11. He's in his final over. Really well bowled by Salamakil. Salamakil is back to the top of his mark. He's going to come to bowl to Ravmon Powell. He's on 26 from 20 deliveries. Here is Salamakil. Powell settles. There is a slip. Salamakil bowl to Powell, and Powell is covering that one up to the short mid-on area. There's no run scored. The score remains on 109 for 6 in over number 15, being bowled by Waqar Salamakil. He's back at the top of his mark. He's going to come to bowl to Captain Powell. Salamakil bowl to Powell, and Powell is back. And just playing that one to the long off area. They go through for a very easy single. That is all they'll get. The score moves on to 110 for 6. Maharaj is back on strike. He's on a 1-from-1 delivery. Salamakil so far taken 3 for 12 in his fourth over. In over number 15, Salamakil, he bowls to Maharaj, who beats that one. He's lovely delivery there by Salamakil. Let's beat Maharaj. All ends up. Score remains on 110 for 6. Yes, indeed, the googly from Salamakil. Here is Salamakil once more. He's coming on his way to bowl to Maharaj, and Maharaj is back and just covers that one. Plays to the man at long area. They go through for a single. That is all they'll get. At the end of over number 15 is 111 for 6. And Waqar Salamakil has taken 3 for 14. Splendid indeed by Waqar Salamakil. So at the end of over number 15 is 111 for 6. Maharaj is on 2. Captain Powell is on 27. It's very important that Powell bats right through. A lot is dependent on him to see how much they could actually get. Okay, Bishop Andre Francis is predicting a score of 145 for 7. All right. If Powell bats through, they might be able to get up to that score. So it's going to be Terence Hines. He's going to come. He's going to bowl to Maharaj. He's on 2. Powell is on 27. Hines is on his way to bowl to Maharaj. Pass umpire now. Bowl to Maharaj, and Maharaj is flicking that one. Well taken by the keeper. I think that might be a wide. Yes, it is. Score moves on to 112 for 6. We're in over number 16. Being bowled by Terence Hines. Powell is on 27 from 22 deliveries. Maharaj is on 2 from 3 deliveries. That was very well taken by Nicholas Pooran. Really, really good catch there. I think probably they reviewed this one, wondering if it is a wide or if it came off probably the pad. So it actually missed everything. So it's going to be, yes, review loss. It's 111 for 6. In over number 16 is bowled by Terence Hines. And here is Maharaj. He settles, he waits. Ball to is beaten outside the off stump. And there was Maharaj going for the drive, beating all ends up. The score means at 112 for 6. And over number 16 being bowled by Terence Hines. Powell is on 27 from 22 deliveries. Maharaj, the left-arm orthodox bowler, who's now doing duties as a batter for the Barbados Royals. He faces Hines, who's guys at one pass, the backward point area. They go through for one, they come through for 2, but it goes for 4. And there was Maharaj playing at one, skillfully past the backward point fielder into the boundary for 4. Really good, 4 good runs here by Maharaj. The score moves on to 116 for 6. Really skillfully played by Maharaj into the backward point area for 4. Too short there by Terence Hines. And Maharaj rocked back and playing that one skillfully into the backward point area for 4. The score moves on to 116 for 6. Hines bowl, and here's Maharaj. He plays that one straight to the backward point fielder. No run score this time around. The score means on 116 for 6. Maharaj is on 6 from 6 deliveries. Captain Powell, I'm sure that he's very much desirous of the strike. He's on 27 from 22 deliveries. It's Hines. He goes back to the top of his mark. It is going to be Maharaj to face the bowling of Terence Hines. And here's Hines. He's on his way to bowl to Maharaj. He passes umpire now. Bowl to Maharaj. Maharaj is just flicking that one to the man at the short middle-wicket area. No runs is scored. The score means at 116 for 6. Maharaj is on 6 from 7 deliveries. Powell is yet to face a delivery from this over. He remains on 26. Barbados Royals going at 7.4 runs per over. Hines bowl, and there is Maharaj just playing that one to the backward point area. There's no run scored. The score means on 116 for 6. Maharaj can't get off strike. Powell is on 27 from 22 deliveries. Maharaj is on 6 from 8 deliveries. And it's going to be Hines to bowl the last delivery of the 16th over. He's going to come to bowl to Maharaj. None for 34 so far from Terence Hines. Maharaj, he settles and waits on Hines, who plays that one into the short to the long area. They go through for 1. That is all they'll get. So the score moves on to 117 for 6. Maharaj is on 7 and Powell is on 27. At over number 16, it's 117 for 6, and it's over to you now, Carter.
Thank you very much, Andre. After 16 overs, the Barbados Royals asked to bat first by the Trinbago Knight Riders. They are 117 for 6. Maharaj is not out. 7. Sorry about that. And their captain is on 27 from 22 deliveries. 2 4s and 1 6. So 4 overs to come. They should at least looking to get at least 48 and 50 from these 4 overs. But with Narain Hussain have 1 and Narain have 1, it will not it will definitely not be easy. Sorry about that. So Byron Banton is saying Seals is not a one-day player. As we watch Maharaj faces up to Hussein. He dabbed this down to short. Third man, there is no run. The score remains at 117 for 6. Seals is a very, very good red ball bowler. And so the next step is for him to improve his white ball bowling. And he's only going to do that by playing more ODI and T20 cricket. He's an outstanding red ball bowler. So we want to see Seals bowling because we know that's how he's going to improve. Hussein bowls to Maharaj, who plays it out into the offside, and there is no run. And so Vincent Norton is saying, agree with you, Seals Joseph has this competition and others to learn. That's the point I'm making, Vincent. You know, I remember before the West Indies played South Africa in the series, Hussein round the wicket bowls to Maharaj. He gave himself room, cuts, cannot beat backward point. Have they gone through for a singer? Yes, they have gone through for a singer. The score moves to 118 for 8. I recalled that before the series between the West Indies and South Africa, I was saying, I think in my match preview, that I am not convinced that Shamar Joseph is ready yet for T20 cricket. And that series and plus this CPL is going to tell me how far Shamar Joseph is along that road to be a good T20 cricketer. And as expected, I was attacked. Immediately I was attacked. I was told, I ate Joseph and I'm pressuring the young people them and I don't like young people and all of those things just because I said that. And I mean, I don't know. I just don't understand. But, you know, because the thing is that I analyze performance and not names. I said it all the while, you know, and these country CC and player CC, they think that if you can't, they think that you can't in two separate sentences say praise a person in one sentence, but in the next sentence you are critical of something. I don't know why, but we as a human being, we have the ability to do that because it's not everything we're going to agree with, you know. And I recall saying that I don't think that Shamar is quite ready for T20 cricket, and I'm sure, you know, player CC and country CC, they get mad for me saying that. But I you know, Vincent Norton is saying the new commentator is a good bowler. He got a wicket in his first over. And this one it high in the air, out of the ground by Maharaj. So there was Hussein turning into Maharaj, the final delivery of the over, and he hit it high out of the ground, 25, 125 now. So at the end of the over, it's 125. Bishop Andre is saying 111, 125. Glenn Camber is saying that my guess is 154. Glenn Camber, I will never, no, it won't be 154, Glenn Camber. Christopher Bristol think it is 145. 145 runs is practice runs for Trinidad. They will chew that up like jet, okay? Vincent Norton is saying that over was well crafted to Powell away. Thank you very much. So Powell is not out on 28 from 23 deliveries. It seems like on the Quinton de Kock really got a hold of the bowling thus far. You know, Powell 28 from 23 deliveries. Let's see what is going to happen in these 3 overs. I think they will at least, they're going to pass 154, Glenn Camber. I'm telling you. So that was a good shot there by Maharaj. So Akil Hussain is done. So Narayan is going to bowl this 17th over. And then Seals and Terence Hines will bowl the last 2. Unless Pollard believe that he should trample in. But that will be very dangerous. Because with Powell if Powell is still at the crease, I don't want to see, as a Trinbago Knight Riders fan, I wouldn't want to see, I would not want to see Pollard bowling to Powell. As Powell strokes that off the back foot down to the wide extra cover fielder, Pollard has to move to his left and they come back for 2 comfortable. The score moves up to 127 for 6. And as a Barbados Royal fan, I would love to see Pollard bowling that over, that one of the 2 overs remaining. I would definitely love to see. So Narayan just taking off the bails there, but not collecting the ball. So 127 for 6. We're an over number 18. Bowls to Powell. That's Narayan. He strokes it out into the offside. Carty did some good work on field, and there is no run. 127 for 6. 16 deliveries to come in the innings. You realize that when people spit nowadays, they don't cover it up. Like one time, they just spit and they don't cover it up. Use the dirt and cover it up. You wonder. Plays it out into the down towards long leg for a singer. He just spot there and he didn't use his foot and kick some dirt over it. So 128 for 6. 3 deliveries to come in over number 18. Powell is on 31 from 26 deliveries. That contender there for the fan of the match. Definitely. And Maharaj is on 14 from 14 deliveries. So 15 deliveries remaining in this innings. It's 3 left in Narayan's spell. 1 for 16 from 3. 1 for 16.3 from 1 for 16 from 3.3 overs. 128 for 6. Powell is on 31. Maharaj is on 14. Patrick Lambert, Narayan comes in. He gave himself room. That's Maharaj, and it is straight back into the stump at the non-striker's end. But Narayan didn't get a hand to it, and the score remains at 128 for 6. 2 deliveries to come. Vincent Patrick Lambert is saying, the only information I have is Georgina James, a former Jamaican footballer. I heard about Georgina James, but I'm talking about a CPL cricketer who was taken into custody. Narayan bowls to Maharaj, swung across the line, and he's out. He swung across the line of that one, and he's out, and Narayan picked up his second wicket. It's 128 for 7. So Maharaj just trying to get a goal, and he just swung across the line. He was nowhere near that delivery. And he was out bowled. So Maharaj gone, bowled by Narayan for 14 from 16 deliveries. It's 128 for 7 with 13 deliveries to come. Yes. Only need 1 good over to get up there. If Narayan has to go, done it. Yeah, well, so he didn't get going there. So he is 128 for 7. And it's going to be very interesting to see how Powell goes in the next 2 overs. Knowing Powell, I know that he will be looking to get at least 30 out of those 2 overs. He'll probably be even trying to hit 1 over for 6-6. I mean, it's going to be very, very interesting. And that's why I want Seals to bowl one of those 2 overs in the interest of the development of West Indies cricket. I really want him to bowl under the pressure. So who is the new batsman now that is going to come? Just waiting on the new batsman. Persons are saying out. Bishop is Andre Francis is saying 128 for 7. Valerie or long-time scorekeeper, she's saying 128 for 7. So Narayan, his final delivery, slip short, third man short, 5 leg extra cover bowls to Tikshana, who picks it and plays it down to long on. Powell does not take the singer, and so he remains at 31 from 26 deliveries. It's 128 for 7 as we welcome back Andre to take you through the rest of the innings.
Yeah, thank you very much, Carlton. So it's all up to Captain Powell now to see how much he can get from the last 2 overs. He's on 31. He has for company Tikshana, the right arm mystery spinner from Sri Lanka. So it's 128 for 7. We are in over number 19. It's going to be bowled, and let us see who will bowl over number 19. It's going to be Terence Hines to bowl over 19. Powell is on 31 from 26 deliveries. Score the Barbados Royals at 128 for 7 at 7.11 runs per over. And there's Pollard. He's taking his time to set his field. He's been very meticulous about it. It's Terence Hines, the right arm fast medium bowler from Trinidad and Tobago. He's at the top of his mark. There is a deep cover, long off. A man at the deep mid-wicket area. There's a long one going back now. So the square leg is coming up into the circle. So it's going to be Ravmon Powell to face the bowling of Terence Hines. Okay, they have 12 minutes in which to complete the inning. So they're 4 minutes ahead according to the timer. It's going to be Terence Hines. He's on his way to bowl to Ravmon Powell. Passes umpire now, bowl to Powell. As a full toss, swings it away into the mid-wicket fence. Over the fence, it goes for 6. And there was Terence Hines bowling that one. Full toss. Swung by Powell over mid-wicket area. 6 lovely runs. The score moves on to 134 for 7.
So I wonder if they might hear you right away, dude.
Yes, and there was the distance of 84 meters, and there is Pollard with that look, the very shocking look on his face. So 6 sixes so far in the innings. His Powell is on 37. Is he really motoring on right now? 134 for 7 in over number 19. He's been bowled by Terence Hines. Powell, he settles once more. He settles and waits for Terence Hines. Hines is on his way to bowl to Powell. Pass umpire now, bowl to Powell, and Powell is driving that one to the deep mid-wicket area. They go through for 1. Did they come back for 2? I think they did. Yes, they did.
For 2,
2 runs. 2 runs indeed by Captain Powell. He moves on to 39. And the foreplay there was Captain Haley Matthews receiving the Champions Trophy for the Barbados Royals, who were the winners for the Women Premier League, Women Caribbean Premier League. And here's Powell just swinging that one into the backward square leg area. They go through for 1. That is all. Yes, and they come back through for.
No, they never go for any.
Oh, they didn't get. Oh, they didn't get any at all. Oh, so Captain Powell remains on strike. Didn't take any runs right there.
You know, say
So Powell settles. He waits. He's on 39. He waits on the bowling from Terence Hines. Hines is on his way to bowl to Powell. Pass umpire now, bowl to Powell, and he drives that one to the deep mid-wicket area. They go through for 1. They should come back for 2 this time around. Wait, still no runs scored. Wait, what is happening right here? Powell is refusing the single. I guess he's either eggs or young one, says Captain Powell. Is that a 2 or a boundary? Score remains on 136 for 7. In over number 19 being bowled by Terence Hines. Powell, he settles and waits on Terence Hines. A long on, a long off. A deep mid-wicket. Powell, he settles and waits for Hines. We'll bowl to him. He's hitting that one high in the air. It's going high, very high. Let us see if he'll be caught. Going over the boundary for 6. For a moment there, I thought he didn't catch it pretty well. But he hit that one over the mid-wicket area into the stands for 6 runs. Powell moves on to 45. The score moves on to 142 for 7. And there was Powell hitting that one. I'm sure he did middle it pretty well, but he still managed to get it over the mid-wicket boundary for 6 runs. 91 meters, in fact. Oh, it's a big shot by Captain Ravmon Powell. Here is Powell. He settles and waits. His hands ball. Oh, got a Yorker delivery. Dug that one out to the deep mid-wicket area. They go through for a single, and that is all they'll get. At the end of the overs, 143 for 7. Powell is on 46. And Kieron is yet to get off the mark. So the 20th over, the 20th and final over coming up. So it's going to be Ravmon Powell to face the bowling. I think probably it will be Jaden Seals. Let us see. Yes, it is. It is Jaden Seals who will bowl the his fourth and final over. The final over of the innings. It's 143 for 7. Ravmon Powell is on 46 from 32 deliveries. It's going to be Powell to face the bowling of Seals so far. 3 overs, none for 30, going exactly at 10 runs per over. And there's a third umpire coming in with with the bag of balls. It is going to be Ravmon Powell. He will face Jaden Seals. He's on 46 from 32 deliveries. It's going to be Barbados Royals versus Amazon Warriors tomorrow at Kensington Oval. A really, really big matchup there, Carlton.
Yes, Andre, I don't cut you, but I just want to welcome the legendary Sheldon Smith, man. I'm so happy that you are here, Sheldon Smith. I'm really, really, really happy to have you here, Sheldon Smith, man. Welcome, and I know that you are going to add great value to the show as you have always done in the past. Really welcome. Glad to have you, Sheldon Smith. Back over to you, Andre, for the closing stages of the Royal innings.
Jaden Seals is going to bowl the final over, the 20th over of the Barbados Royals innings. It is Powell who is on strike. He's on 46 from 32 deliveries. They're taking quite some time to actually set their field. But Powell settles. He waits on Jaden Seals. He's going to come around the wicket, bowl to Powell, drives and misses that one outside the off stump. No run scored. So good length delivery there by Jaden Seals. That's a very, very good across Powell, who missed it. Went through to be taken by the keeper, who was Nicholas Pooran. So far, Powell has hit 3 sixes and 2 fours. He's on 46 from 33 deliveries. He settles once more. He faces up to Jaden Seals. And Seals is on his way around the wicket now. Bow to Powell, who's off, hitting a full toss. Hitting that one mighty shot over mid-wicket for 6. Big shot there by Captain Powell. He moves to 52. Well played 50 from Powell. It is his 7th CPL 50. And it's well played indeed by Powell. He's on 52, not out from 34 deliveries. It's 149 for 7 in over number 20. Being bowled by Jaden Seals. That was a rather poor delivery there by Jaden Seals. A full toss. And Captain Powell obliged by hitting him way over square leg area for 6. It's a big, big shot. Yeah, the great Sheldon Smith, says Mikel. So it's Powell once more. He settles and he waits. Powell settles and waits on Seals, who drives that one. He's trying to drive that one, misses again. Well bowled indeed by Jaden Seals. That's a very good comeback by Seals. Well done by the young man. The score remains on 149 for 7. In over number 20, being bowled by Jaden Seals. It's a baptism of fire. But he's apart from that 6 runs, he has done well thus far. Powell settles once more. Wait on Seals. Pass on by the ball and sees a short delivery. He's hitting that one high. All right, it's going for 6. And there was Jaden Seals pitching that one short. And there was Paul rocking back and hitting that one over mid-wicket area for 6 runs. He moves on to 58 from 36 deliveries. He scores on 155 for 7. 2 deliveries to coming over number 20. Short, way too short. And Powell, who likes it like that, sat back and hit that one over the mid-wicket fence for 6. That's a mighty shot, a mighty blow, 75 meters. Pollard is back talking to his young charge. Jaden Seals so far bowled 3.4 overs, none for 42. Powell is on 58 from 36 deliveries. 2 deliveries to come in over number 20. Seals on the top of his mark. He's going to come to bowl to Ravmon Powell, who settles and waits on Jaden Seals. He's going to Seals at the top of his mark. He's on his way to bowl to Ravmon Powell. Here he is now. Around the wicket, bowl to Powell, and Powell is driving that one to the deep mid-wicket area. They refuse a single. Ravmon Powell say, I'll take the last ball. It's all up to me. Let me see what I can get from the last delivery. So 155 for 7. Powell is on 58 from 37 deliveries. 1 delivery to come in over number 20. Final delivery in the Barbados Royals innings, being bowled by Jaden Seals. Powell, he settles. He's just practicing, just doing a bit of shadow batting now. All right, here he is, Ravmon Powell. He settles and waits on Jaden Seals. Seals bowl to Powell. Well bowled, beautiful Yorker indeed. The only thing he could do is to dig it out to the man at the deep mid-wicket area, deep backward square leg area, and they go through for a single. That is all they'll get. So at the end of over number 20, it's 156 for 7. And it is actually at 7.8 runs per over. A very good innings by Captain Powell. So over to you, Carlton. Is this a competitive total by the Barbados Royals?
Yes, Andre. It's a very good total, and we'll see what happened. And I told Glenn Cameron that it won't be 154. I just know it wasn't going to be 154. I know, Andre, I'm going to do an interview now, so you can join me back at the start of the innings. So
yeah, sure.
So you can join me back there, for the start of the innings. So see you then, Andre.
All right. Yes. All right. Yes.
Good. At this time, we are going to interview the captain and one of the players from the Paradise United Cricket Club. Now, coming up on Sunday in Montego Bay, the Half Moon Resort Montego Bay Cricket League final will be played Sunday coming on the 15th. It will be between the sponsors and host team, Half Moon Gladiators, and Paradise United out of Montego Bay. Joining me tonight, as I said, is Elijah, their captain, and along with him is Andrew Walker. Good evening, gentlemen, and welcome to the Caribbean #1 cricket channel. Happy to have you here.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, good evening. Thank you.
Yes, gentlemen. The final is coming up on Sunday. You are unbeaten in this competition so far. Why have you remained unbeaten? What you think is good about your team? Why you have remained unbeaten? Any one of you can take it.
All right, first one. I'll take the first strike. I'll take the first strike. Night, everyone. Well, for the season thus far, we've been playing very very good cricket all round. We've been batting well. We've been fielding well, bowling, restricting teams who are under 100 or even a little over 100. So all in all, when we put all together, this helps us to eliminate any team at all or overthrow any team coming up against us. So these are our main strong points that we've been doing and maintaining for the season thus far.
Ellie, you are the captain of the team, and I think you are also their leading batsman.
Pleasant night, everyone. Greetings. Thank you for having us here. And this is a wonderful program, and I really give thanks to the channel. Yes. Presently, as you asked, what is causing us to be victorious? Andrew has really covered a lot, right? But I would just add to what he has said: unity. There is great power in unity, especially when you have the right chemistry, and then everyone can understand the role that they are called to fulfill, and they fulfill it accordingly. That is really the power that we have behind us, unity. In terms of batting, I make my contribution. Yes, I am the leading run scorer in the team now, right? But I've been getting a lot of support from the other batsmen as well. So it's an all-round performance. Thank you.
Yeah. Coming up on Sunday, who are the players that you are expecting now to be the standout players who you are expecting to lead the victory charge? Andrew?
Well, to be honest, as I said, we've been performing well all round, but myself, is expecting to be taking the attack to them as well from early out. We have the likes of Ziggy Levy, Ronaldo Ingram. We have young Littleton in the team.
Is that Ziggy Levy used to play for West Indies Youths?
Definitely, yes, that's the same Ziggy Levy right there. And we have young Littleton in our team. We have some youngsters as well, very strong, very energetic, and as I said, the chemistry is right, as the skipper said. And with all of that, we have the skipper leading the charge from the front as well, giving us some good starts. So we are in a good spot thus far. So all round support, that is what is going to matter on the day as well.
Ellie, what is the vibes in the community, right? Where do you find paradise in Montego Bay, Ellie, and what is the vibes like in the community leading up to this match on Sunday?
All right, so Paradise United, I must say that it's a newly formed team. We have been really actively involved in cricket. We started out very fresh, with a crop of young players, right? Never know much about the game until we evolved into a team like what we have now, right? The vibes has been really supportive. Persons in the community that really look and see the great development of the team, and I know that it has really had an impact on the community and cricket in general.
Okay, so what sort of support are you expecting on Sunday, Andrew? You expect a massive crowd coming out of Paradise, and where exactly is Paradise? I Ellie missed that one, but Andrew, can tell us where exactly do we find Paradise and what kind of support you expect at the ground on Sunday?
Well, Paradise is not really far. It's maybe roughly 3 minutes from the great institution, Cornwall College. So it's not far. And then to Half Moon, it's roughly 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes. So the word has been spread. So we're looking for whatever support or who can make it to come and give the support, because we're going to be there. We're going out there for this victory and for this title, for the first one. I must say.
Okay. Ellie, the match is Sunday. Have you gotten a chance to look at the pitch as yet?
Pitch. Not as yet, right? I've heard about it. Mr. Walker gave me a little heads up, as to what is happening, right? So I know he's very skilled in that area. I know that he have a lot of experience under his belt, right? And I know that he will have great insight in the matter. Okay, but
Oh,
personally, I've not yet taken a look at it.
so, Mr. Walker, you would have looked at the pitch as Ellie just said, as your captain just said. What you have seen today, how do you expect it to play on Sunday?
What I've seen thus far, the preparation has started. I must say, we will get a little rain here and there, so we're going to have moisture as well. So I'm expecting it to be true. It's going to be an even wicket. Once you put in the work, you're going to get results. Once you put in work bowling, you're going to get results, and whilst batting as well. Once you dig in deep, you're going to make runs as well. So it's going to be a solid wicket for the day and for a final as well.
Okay, so you are expecting the pitch to play quite evenly, and it's going to be who put in the best effort.
Most definitely.
Okay. Ellie, one of the things that I heard your opponent saying, they are saying it is that yes, the team is from Paradise. Yes, you have a number of persons on the team from Paradise, but you have recruited far and wide. How do you respond to that, Ellie?
Well, cricket, is a game that is not limited by religion, and race, right? And one of the mandate of Paradise United has always been to unify persons in love, So yes, we have gotten players, that can enhance the game, and even bring more attention to the game and what we are seeking to accomplish. So yes, we do definitely have outside players, but they are there to build the game of cricket and together support us as well. Thank you.
Yes. Anjo, and this one is also for Ellie. I want both of you to respond to this one. Anjo, what will you tell the fans? What is your message to the fans at this time?
Well, most definitely is to come out, watch some exciting cricket. Because honestly, as I said, we've been playing a very, very, very good all-round team effort in this game. And it's going to be nothing less, because we're going to dig, stick to the task, and just do what we need to do on the day. And this is going out to bat, make as much runs, and to restrict them as less as possible, our opponents.
Yes, Ellie, over to you.
Definitely, if we whether we bat first or we bowl first, because a toss can go either way, right? If we bat first, we're looking at 250 and above. I believe that would be a total, that we are capable of making, right? And as Sir Walker said, to really restrict them and to get them under 100 if we bowl first.
Interesting that you said a total of 250, and I have a question to ask about this. There's a playing condition, but before I get to that, how often have you made 250 in the tournament this year?
Not yet, right? We have come really close. We have gone over the 200 mark, right? About 210 runs, and then close to the 200, about 191 or 192 thereabout, right? So we are not far from the mark, and we know that if we had capitalized on some of the start that we got, I know definitely that we'd have reached to that mark and even above. So we're definitely looking to accomplish that here in the final.
Batsman, you have contributed to those starts. So are you saying that Andrew not doing his part?
Well, I must say that Andrew has really supported me well. We shared in a partnership of about 168 runs, right? And I believe that was really solid for us, in getting to that total of 210.
Okay.
So he has definitely played this one.
Okay. Anjo, there's one playing condition at the Oasis at Half Moon where if you hit the ball in the road, and I must tell persons that the road is probably about 80 meters So for you to hit the ball in the road, it's about 80 meters. But if you hit the ball in the road, you're out. You don't get the 6, you're out. I agree with that rule. Andrew, what is your take on that rule?
Well, likewise, I do agree based on conditions and everything. But in this game of cricket, we have to. It's a mind game, and we have to be concentrated and thinking, because even while playing a shot, you can use your wrist. You can pop the wrist to make some shots. Not going over the road, you have to check your shots, and so this helps a lot as well. So in whilst batting, you concentrate. So it helps a lot for me. So I don't really have an issue with it. It pushes us as well to rotate the strike even more and to press harder. And this again shows you how to play hard cricket and positive cricket.
Yeah. Ellie, has your team accepted the rule fully, and is there any objection among anyone in your team? Because when I saw the rule, I look at it and the first thing I said, I don't want to be driving on the road and a ball hit my vehicle. That's the first thing that come to me. Is there full consensus on the rule from your team part, Ellie?
Well, the organizers, I must say first, the organizers, they come up with the condition of play, right? And once they have, stipulated and given us the regulations, right, we just have to accept them and adapt to them as players. So in the Paradise United team, we all understand the importance of the restriction, and we all accept it, and we just play within the discipline of the game and the spirit of the game.
All right. Andrew, any final word? What is your final thoughts before we go, as the match is about to restart? So what's your final thoughts?
Well, most definitely coming out on Sunday to see some exciting cricket for the supporters, spectators. We must say thank you to the Half Moon as well for putting on this competition, and we're looking forward for it again. So come out, guys, give some support and to get some exciting cricket on the way on Sunday.
Ellie, as a captain, your final word. I have 2 more questions to ask you, but what's your final comment the match itself?
Well, I know definitely that Half Moon is not a walkover, right? So we're not gonna be overconfident. We know that they're not a simple team, right? And we're really looking to carry on the victory, to be victorious, right? And to be on top, right? I really want to just extend gratitude to the management board at Half Moon, and also to the Cricket Forum here for having us here tonight, and all the visitors, all the guests that are here. Thank you, and we really love your support and love.
Yes, Ellie, all right, I appreciate it. And I'm glad you said a word about Half Moon, because it is very important. Half Moon is they are responsible for one of the home at the SOS Children Village. They adopt a primary school. They are doing so much for the community, and to have this community event is another way of social engineering. That's the term that is being used. But you personally, Ellie, in my opinion, you are one of the very best umpires in Jamaica, and it's good to see you playing the cricket. How is your umpiring coming along?
Well, the umpiring is coming on excellent. Still a lot to learn, right? And it's a journey, right? And I'm grateful to be on it. And I know that through, treading this path, I will learn more experientially. So I give thanks.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. It was a pleasure having you on. So come this Sunday, it will be the final of the Half Moon Resort Montego Bay Community Cricket League, and it will be coming to you live from the Oasis at Half Moon, where it will be the Half Moon Gladiators playing against the Paradise United Cricket Club. Gentlemen, it was a pleasure having you, and I look forward to seeing you on Sunday. Have a good evening, gentlemen. So we are about to get ready for the start of the innings, and 1 wicket. So Narayan is out of the very first delivery. What a start! Oh, what a start! Whoa, what a start there. 156 was Barbados' final score, but Narayan is gone, Peter Gruff, of the very first delivery. What a start. Over to you, Andre.
Yes, thank you very much, Carlton. So it is indeed a magical start by the Barbados Royals, losing the wicket of Sunil Narayan, gone off the very first ball bowled by Tikshana. Caught Captain Powell. Gone for a golden duck is Sunil Narayan. So a dream start indeed for the Barbados Royals. It's actually almost a replica of their innings when they actually batted. So very good start indeed. And Tikshana is a very, very good bowler. We know that he's a mystery bowler. He's an excellent T20 bowler. So I know that he will keep the Trinbago Knight Riders very much in check. So Sunil Narayan goes. I think it is going to be, it's either Paris or the left batter, the great left T20 player in Nicholas Sporan, who will come in. I'm just waiting to see. So it's not for one of the very first delivery. And there's Captain Powell taking an easy catch. So Tikshana bowls to Paris. Ooh, get this late on that one. He dug it out to the man at the backward point area. There's no run scored. So two deliveries scored, no run. Very well bowled by Tikshana. Tikshana is on his way to bowl to Paris. Tikshana on his way to bowl to Paris. Pass on point, bowl to Paris. Ooh, he plays that one very, very gingerly to the short mid-wicket area. No run scored once more. Really well bowled by Tikshana. So Paris is yet to get off the mark. The Trinbago Knight Riders is yet to get off the mark. It's Tikshana to bowl the fourth deliveries. On his way to bowl to Paris. Bowl to Paris. And Paris is here flicking that one to the backward square leg area. They go through for one. McCoy gives chase. They come back through for two. That is all they'll get. So the Trinbago is off the mark. Paris is off the mark. It's 2 runs scored from 4 deliveries. Tikshana so far taken 1 for 2. Taking the wicket of Narayan from the very first delivery bowled. It's Tikshana to bowl to Paris. Paris takes a look around the wicket. He settles and waits. There is a slip in the form of Rakeem Cornwall. Tikshana is on the way to bowl to Paris. Pass umpire on bowl to Paris, who drives to the short mid-wicket area. There's no run scored. The score remains on 2 for 1. In over number 1 being bowled by Tikshana. Paris is on 2. Jason Roy is yet to face a delivery. Tikshana once more. He turns. He's going to come to bowl to Paris. Pass umpire on bowl to Paris. Oh, he's on the back foot. It's a loud appeal for LBW. Oh, he's thinking about it. Is a umpire did do good? He said not out. Powell is consulting with Tikshana is consulting with Captain Powell. I think that might be going on the leg side though. Yes, and they're gone for the third they actually review. And there was Paris on the back foot. A quicker delivery bowled by Tikshana. That's a fair delivery. Let us see what will happen. Yes, fair delivery indeed by Tikshana. So there was Paris on the back foot. Beating all ends up. It looks to be sliding down the leg to me. But let us see the final verdict by the umpire. In line. Yes, as I figured, the missing leg stump. That's what I figured. So review lost. So at the end of over number 1, it's 2 for 1. So Royals have lost one of their reviews. And it's going to be Jason Holder who will take up the attack from the other end. He's going to bowl to Jason Roy, who seems at this point in time to be a former England player. It's going to be very difficult for him to get back into the English setup. He's not yet retired, but, you know, based on how the trajectory of the English team, the T20 team, is going to be very, very difficult for him to get back. But he's here representing Trinbago Knight Riders. It's going to be Jason Holder. It's going to bowl to Jason Roy. Pass umpire now, bowl to Roy. Roy's driving that one beautifully through the covers for 4. And there was Jason Holder over pitching that one. And Jason Roy on the front foot driving that beautifully through the covers. 4 runs scored. The score moves on to 6 runs for 1 wicket. It's a lovely shot there by Jason Roy. Over pitch, and Jason Roy is on the front foot and driving elegantly through the covers for 4. Poor delivery there by Jason Holder. Here's Holder once more. On his ball to Roy's driving it. Even more beautiful. Lovely shot there for 4. Another lovely shot there by Jason Roy. Over pitching this time. On the onside. Lovely on drive there by Jason Roy. Magnificently stroked into the long on area for 4 runs. Lovely. Ooh, that's a beautiful shot by Roy. The score moves on to 10 for 1. Yep. Over pitching. Lovely shot. Holder once more. Ball to Roy, who covers up to the short man at the short cover area. There's no run scored. Jason Roy remains on 8 from 3 deliveries. Scores on 10 for 1. In over number 2, being bowled by Jason Holder. He's back at the top of his mark. He's going to come to bowl to Jason Roy. Jason to Jason. Holder to Roy. 10 for 1. Holder passes. Roy will fix that to the deep square leg area. They go through for 1. That is all there'll be. The score moves on to 11 for 1. Jason, the version of Roy, he's on 9. And Parrish is on 2 from 5 deliveries. He's going to come to face the bowling of Jason Holder. Holder goes back to the top of his mark. He's going to come to bowl to Paris. Paris settles. He waits on Jason Holder, who's on his way to bowl to Paris. Pass on panel, bowl to Paris. Ooh, that's a lovely delivery outside off stump. He doesn't play it. He allows it to go through to the keeper, the Kock. There's also Cornwall, who is in at first slip, the only slip. Just swinging a little bit outside off stump. Left alone by Paris. Paris, he settles once more. The score is on 11 for 1. Roy is on 9. Paris is on 2. He waits on Holder. Pass on panel. Bowl to Paris, who's driving and missing that one. So at the end of over number 2, it is 11 for 1. Jason Roy is on 9 and Paris is on 2. So 11 for 2 from 2 overs. And okay, Carlton is here. So over to you now, Carlton.
It's 11 for 1. So 11 for 1, the Trinbago Knight Riders. Jason Holder loving the cover drive there. So he's serving up 2 off volley on a platter to Jason Roy, who dispatched them with elegance and grace. He's on 9. Paris is on 2. As we watch now, this is Teakshaw bowls to Roy. Loud appeal. Out leg before. Roy said that he nicked it, but I doubt it very much. It's time for him to turn and go back in. So that was pitched up. And he came forward, taking on the back foot. That looked plumb to me. Are they going to review it? I think he's walking off. He's throwing the bat in the air. And so first delivery that I came on, Kieron, I got the breakthrough. So he got a wicket off the very first delivery. You know that, did that ball hit the front pad first? It's going to be very interesting. Did that ball hit the front pad first? I would really love to see this replay because I believe that ball hit the front pad first. So Andre did say 11 for 2. So after all, it's 11 for 2. And welcome back to the channel. Please remember to support the channel. It is very important that you do so. We appreciate it. Please reach out and support the channel. Also, slash a like on the video. Share it with your friends. Share the video. Share the live in your groups, and click on that subscribe button. Let's get up to 600 tonight. I should have been saying that from earlier, but forgive me, I forgot. So we need to get up to 600 tonight. So the Trinbago Knight Riders, they are in some trouble at 11 for 2. So Mikel is saying that hit the back pad plumb in front. Once it hit the back pad, but just for a moment, that's the original impression that I have, Mikel, that it was a back pad. But the replay, I was just wondering if it brushed that front pad first, because if it brushed that front pad first, it probably would have been going down the leg side. It was very, very interesting. I'm still waiting on the replay to see if it was a back pad first, but that was clear, definitely. Pooran comes to the crease. Kieron bowls to Pooran, taken on the pad, pitch outside the leg stump, and that's no run. The score is 11 for 2 after 2.2 overs. Clearly that pitch outside the leg stump as Pooran looks to sweep. And immediately Pooran come to the crease, and you realize that delivery was a little slower than the one that was bowled to Jason Royal. It was a little slower than the deliveries that bowled in his first over. Let's watch again now. Kieron up bowled to Pooran, who looked to turn it into the onside, taken on the pad, balloon to the man coming in from short mid-wicket, and there is no run. The score remains at 11 for 2 in over number 3. So Kieron is it now. He's coming in to bowl to Nicholas Pooran. He's over the wicket, bowls to Pooran, and Pooran hit this away. Lovely shot. One bounce into the extra cover boundary for 4. So Kieron pitching up outside the half stump of Pooran, and he just came on the front foot and stroked it ever so sweetly through the covers, down to the over the covers, down to the boundary for 4. Oh, what a shot by Pooran. That will push the score up now to 15 for 1 in over number 3. Kieron over the wicket, bowls to Pooran, and he hit this high in the air. Down towards mid-wicket, it's over the rope, 6 more runs. Pooran turning it on in style. Oh, 2 lovely shot. Oh, what a lovely shot that was from Pooran. He's taking Kieron to task here. Kieron, he just down on one knee and swept it over deep mid-wicket for 6 more runs. Lovely shot by Pooran. Kieron under pressure. Under pressure. Under pressure. 21 for 2 off. It was 11 for 2 deliveries ago. And now all of a sudden, with Pooran at the crease, it's a different game. And the umpires are checking the ball to ensure that, first of all, as we said, that it's the same delivery, and then checking to see if there's any damage on it. So just some adjustment in the field there. Oh, rain is coming down. Oh, it's raining. Can you believe it? That's not a little bit of rain. That's heavy rain, Andre. That is absolutely heavy rain, Andre. Andre, that's raining very, very hard.
Yeah, it's actually pouring there at Kensington.
Yes.
Where did all this rain come from?
Sometimes when you are seeing the rain, you'll see like it is probably setting up. But this one came down very, very, very hard. And Mr. Casanova is saying this pose just show how many TKR fans are in the chat. Yes, Mikel is saying that the rain pelt down. Yes, I thought
Indeed.
it was a clear night. Lol, I thought so. Mikel, are you at Kensington Oval? Are you at Kensington Oval, Mikel? Please tell us. Let's look at the poll though. Andre, I'm just doing a check on the poll here. But there's a live poll that is going on, and it said 56% said that Trinbago Knight Riders will win, and 44% said that the Barbados Royals will win. Mr. Casanova, why would you think that the poll just reflects the TKR fans in the chat? Because I would say the Trinbago Knight Riders are going to win. I would give them the edge at this time. If I have to choose between the two at this time, I'll choose. Andre, would you choose?
I mean, I'll still give them the edge because I think their batting is quite deep, and they have some players who are very, very much in form. And I think it's going to be even more difficult, with a wet ball to grip the ball. So it will be very difficult for the bowlers. So I think that they're at an advantage in that regard also,
Okay. What do you think went wrong with the batting?
I mean, they lost some early wickets, and they were pretty much stifled by the spinners, the likes of Narayan and Saddam Akil bowled beautifully. They had great difficulty in picking his googlies, so he stifled, and not only did he stifle them, he got them out. He got some very crucial wicket at some very crucial time, so that kept them in check for most of the innings. So they could only, if it wasn't for Powell, they would have not gotten nowhere near that score that they got.
I saw that replay again, and I still think that ball hit the front pad first. Well, I'm not in the best position. I'm just, and the rain continues to pour down. I'm so surprised.
Yes,
the fireman can't even get up any fire. Sheldon simply saying that once Russell is on the bench, we good. All right, Sheldon. We always love when Sheldon is here, man. It's a different community when Sheldon is here. Not that everyone doesn't make their contribution and everyone doesn't add value to the community. You all do, but we're always happy when Sheldon is here, and we are eternally glad to see that Sheldon is here. Mr. Casanova said, I think if they get Kieron out cheaply, Barbados could win. Yes, I agree with you, Mr. Casanova. Barbados could win this match, whether or not they get Kieron out cheaply. But as I said, if I'm to pick a winner right now, I'll go with the Trinbago Knight Riders. How important it is for the Royals to get the wicket of Kieron, Andre?
Yeah, I mean, it's very, very important because Kieron, if he bats for any considerable period of time, he's going to score very quickly for one, because we know that he scores really quickly. And, he bats, say, into 10, 12 overs, he's going to take the game away from you. But if they get him out, it's very likely that the Royal bowlers could actually keep the batters in check. And we know that Carty sometimes takes a little bit of while to get going, and the likes of Pollard, he will have to come and do a rescue act again. So Kieron is a very, very important cog in the wheel of the Trinbago Knight Riders, because he scores very quickly, and once he's out there, he's always going to give you that advantage as a batting team.
Okay. Thank you very much, Andre. Has it cleared up? Does it look like it cleared up to you, Andre?
I think probably it might be I'm not so sure. It could be a passing shower, but let us watch and see. Let us keep our fingers crossed.
Yes. So once they restart, we'll join you right here. I think it's going to be the same link. So
Right.
Thank you very much, Andre. Thank you all for tuning in. But once they restart, Andre, it's the same link, and we'll join. We'll join you. So for now,
All right.
it's bye for now. We'll be back shortly.